On today's show, stories of moving water. We highlight our favorite tales from Minnesota's trout streams. Meet the man who earned the nickname the Spin Doctor.
There's one. There he is.
Wade fast water alongside an artist whose inspiration comes from these chrome-colored fish. And a recipe for your next big catch.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hi everybody, Bill and I welcome you to Minnesota Bound.
Today we have a special episode. Stories about my favorite trout streams and trout fishing adventures.
It's a world that many people forget exists here in the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, absolutely. A lesser known landscape that anglers absolutely covet.
A trickle of pure perfection. A sound so clear to those who understand. A constant 365 days a year. The kind of environment that invites a person
Talk about a beautiful spot.
to set up under the stars and stay a while.
Tomorrow should be epic. Good night. How pretty is that?
Pretty is a place near a trout stream. Those spring-fed meanders full of cold water critters, the fish that turn anglers into addicts. It's the lure of fishing for trout on really any suitable stream. After all, trout take anglers to pretty places. Mick Rosenau and John Crabb understand these two covet their time together on trout streams.
John and I are good fishing buddies, and we come up here together. It's a lot of fun.
Especially when the game of cat and mouse becomes fish on.
That is a heck of a fish. I would love to get this one in. Come on, buddy. Woo! That is a beautiful fish. That's pretty good for this size stream. And that's the best part of it right there. There he goes. You see, I'm ready to go home now.
I'm never really ready to leave streams, even when autumn weather gives way to snow and cold. A trip best shared with friends.
Play as, pure play as.
See, both Andy Roth and Dave Anderson guide fly fishing professionally, but today we're off the work clock.
Oh, there he goes. How's that one feel?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're in the 20s, we've got snow, we've got overcast skies. You know, the fish are cooperating. I don't know how you could find a better spot to be. Ooh.
Those who fear weather take to another vice.
Yeah, we meet at Golden's Bar every Thursday night.
Everybody who's part of our club enjoys doing a lot of the same thing, fishing and tying, so it's one way to meet friends and see them every week.
Anglers tie tiny flies meant to trick trout.
This is called a whip finisher, and it just locks down the thread so it won't come unraveled when we're done. And that's it. Looks good. That's done. This just gets me out with other like-minded individuals, and it's fun just to have a drink, talk about fishing, and tie some flies.
I will always prefer the act itself over the daydream, especially in a spot like this.
Oh, there are bugs all over the place. It's gin clear, it's technical fishing, you gotta be quiet, you gotta throw perfect casts, but when you do, you are the man. Big fun.
Oh, got the fun out of him.
I smile all the time, man. Rainbow! Get out of my way.
Moving water, where dreams come true. On Big Spring Creek, the big fish never get away. Except for today.
All I want for Christmas is a net.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Star Bank, All Seasons Garage Door, and by the Minnesota DNR.
Up next, Ron Schara meets a Rochester area man whose love of trout fishing led to a hobby which led to a business.
The spinner. Such a simple fishing lure, yet so effective. An underwater illusion. A ploy that fools the eyes of a fish.
Ooh, that's a nicer trout.
Seen not a spinning blade, but an easy minnow to eat.
That was a nice brown.
The fishing history of spinners is a little vague, but this much we know. First invented in France, spinners have been fooling fish for more than 80 years.
Seeing any more, John?
Yeah.
But nobody in Minnesota loves spinners like this fisherman. His name, John Eggers.
There's one. There he is.
Oh, he got a...
Oh, no. No, no, no.
Yeah, he was about 6 inches
But
long.
fishing with spinners is not the whole story here.
I was thinking it might have been a brookie.
Minnesota's spin doctor also spins a different tale.
I started using spinners back probably in about 65 or 66 as a youngster because they were very inexpensive. I think they were 60 cents, and I just fell in love with spinner fishing.
Then one day a long time ago, John, who lives in Rochester near trout country, discovered that trout also loved spinners.
I spend at least 3 days a week in the water, so my waders never dry out.
There's one falling. Oh, that was a nice fish.
With browns, you get about 1 or 2 chances, so that's a good sign.
A few casts later, a good sign got even better.
There's one. Got one.
Got him?
Yeah. Woo. Lucky there.
Popped him right out of there, didn't you?
Got lucky.
Ah, that was all skill. You got a poor net job, but you got a good fish.
Yeah, that's a dandy brown. They're beautiful. I want to get him in the water, though.
So it was time to move on to the rest of the story, to watch John the Spin Doctor in his spinner-making headquarters.
John, I'll say this. Your office decor doesn't get much better than this.
No, that's the nice part about this job.
How many spinners can you make, say, an hour?
About 45 to 50.
Really?
No. I usually make about 6,000 spinners a year right now.
That means John makes or assembles all the spinner parts, the spinner hooks.
I'm putting it right in between the jaws of my die here. Hold it in.
He bends the shaft wire.
Then we'll put the body on.
A few steps later,
there's my eye to my spinner. And now I'll double check it. Yep, that's gonna be good there.
And presto, behold, a spinner.
Now it's ready for packaging.
But it's ready to catch a fish as well, right?
Yes, sir. That's ready to go.
Ready to be sold at tackle shops or online.
Yeah, this is Hooked on Fishing. Hey, morning, Cody.
Sure enough, inside this Rochester bait shop, here they are, John's Spinners. Just waiting to be fished, spinners of every ilk. And all made in America, because that's important. All made in America.
I kind of figured maybe if I make everything in the United States, if our dollars will stay home, our jobs will stay home, and maybe our soldiers can stay home too.
That might be expecting a lot from a spinner, but we know this. John Egger's spinners do more than simply catch fish.
Still ahead, the art of fly fishing through the eyes of Tim Pearson. But first, Laura has a recipe for your next trout stream catch.
Closed captioning provided by Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
Today we're getting wild in the kitchen with Chef Jim from Fire Lake Grill House and Cocktail Bar. And Chef Jim, I understand that we are combining kitchen cooking with campfire cooking today.
We're cooking in a kitchen, but this recipe is definitely suitable for a campfire.
I love it. And it's summer season, which means it's trout season, and that's what we're grilling up?
Yeah, it's trout, and we've got an abundance of produce, and this is gonna be a great, quick, easy summer kind of dish.
I love it. Let's get started.
So first thing we want to season the fish. We've got this beautiful rainbow trout, very light, delicate meat, a little bit of salt and pepper. So now that our fish is seasoned, the next step is to put it in a preheated cast iron skillet.
Okay.
We put a little olive oil down first. That's going to keep it from sticking. And then I just laid the seasoned fish right on top of the olive oil. All right, so we're going to slice this lemon really nice and thin.
Need a sharp knife for that.
Sharp knife helps, definitely. You want about 6 slices. This is how easy it is. Just take these lemon slices.
Okay.
We're just going to put about 3 on each side.
1, 2, 3.
We're going to take that fresh dill and just kind of sprinkle that right over the fish.
So now we're going to add the good stuff, the veggies.
The veggies, yes we are. So we've got some great heirloom tomatoes. And you don't have to get fancy with these cuts. Just cut them into nice bite-sized pieces.
I love heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah, these are delicious. They're definitely a treat when they're in season.
That's for sure. So we have corn, potato, green bean, and tomato, all going into the pan.
We have them all going into the pan.
It's like the whole garden's going in.
Pretty much.
Okay. So just on the side?
Just sprinkle them around just randomly. And last but not least, we need those great heirloom tomatoes on there.
Too. Look at all the color in that pan. Beautiful.
We're going to cover it up with a lid because we got all that nice natural moisture from those fresh vegetables in there. We'll actually trap that moisture in there and it almost steams the trout a little bit.
As much as I would love to be sitting around a campfire right now, we are cooking in the kitchen. So where are we going to cook this?
The closest we have to a campfire here is our pizza oven, so we're going to use that today.
All right, Jim, I'm getting a little hungry here. Has it been 7 minutes yet?
It has been 7 minutes.
Okay.
I think it's ready.
All right, let's check it out.
Should we check it out?
Yes.
Here's the test. Let's see how we did.
Ooh,
what do you think?
Sizzling. It looks done to me. Fantastic.
I think it's done. Looking pretty good.
Yes. So there you have it. It's campfire cooking in the kitchen here at Fire Lake. And as always, Chef Jim, it's so easy to do, yet wildly delicious.
What do you think?
So good.
Excellent.
There is nothing like fresh fish over the campfire. If you're looking for this recipe, you can head to the Minnesota Bound Facebook page.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Oreo Cookies and Ritz Snacks, Hewitt Docks, Lifts and Pontoon Lakes, Coors Light, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Up next, a story about an artist whose passion for painting matches his passion for fishing.
And I must say, Tim Pearson is pretty darn good at both.
Way up on Minnesota's North Shore, away from the crowds,
You're gonna have to stay up here, dog.
moving water speaks. Long ago, local fisherman Tim Pearson vowed to always listen.
I don't know, it's probably the fact that it's always changing. And I don't know, some of the coolest fish are drawn to moving water, like trout and steelhead and salmon.
Each spring, as our snow and ice melt, Minnesota's rivers come alive.
You never know if the fish are gonna be there, and you're just in constant search of them.
Steelhead trout migrate into the rivers, and so does Tim. Same time, same places.
Love the feel of cold water in my waders, and I don't know, it's just something unexplainable, I think.
Tucker, Tim's fishing buddy, always comes along too.
Yeah, he does.
And waist deep, Tim finds his connection to our natural world.
I feel like I am doing everything to make that fly come to life.
It's all kind of hard to explain.
Wings everywhere.
Until this happens.
That initial grab is what you're looking for. Nice fish. Beautiful buck. For me, that's a true North Shore steelhead right there. Oh, it's gone. It's the only fly I have of that one too. Dang.
The profound experience of chasing chrome-colored fish moved Tim to turn his art into something more than the perfect cast.
I feel when I catch a fish my way, it just inspires me to paint that situation.
And paint he does.
It just makes sense with fish in water. I mean, to use watercolor, so. You don't think about it much, you just paint and let the water just do what it's supposed to do. It's my favorite way to paint.
In front of the living room window, Tim's fishing memories come alive.
I've been just itching to get this one done. It's been a long time, I think 2 years going.
Tim paints the fish he pursues. Spring steelhead along Lake Superior. The trout he tricks during summers as an Alaskan guide. Even smallmouth bass from Tim's fall season back home in Minnesota.
I really like to do a lot of close-up work. I like faces, I like fish faces, I like bird faces. I just like a lot of detail and close-up.
Not bad for a guy who never really played by the rules of the art game.
I know there's kind of some set rules to the way people paint, and I don't know, I just never went to school for it.
What makes me tick? I love the pure wildness of the North Shore.
It is a love expressed.
Big fish.
Each time a big fish hits our flies.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Oh, man. That is a nice fish. That is one ticked off fish. He is angry. Oh, boy, he just cracked it too.
Wham, yeah.
Oh, man.
That is a beaut.
There we go.
Look at that beauty.
Woo!
Oh my God, look at that fish.
Oh, man.
Nice, wild, North Shore, Minnesota steelhead. This is the kind of fish that inspires me to paint the way I do. I mean, look at the head. I mean, there's just no marks on it. We're able to kind of trick them into taking our flies, and just to hold them is amazing.
Even more so to see that chrome slide back into water unharmed.
That's beautiful,
awesome, man.
Yes, this is why Tim paints. He fishes and he guides.
I don't know, someday maybe I'll just be an artist, but right now I am a fishing artist, and both kind of go together.
And for Tim, that's good enough.
Yeah, it's great.
Last we had heard, Tim is still painting here in Minnesota and then spending summers in Alaska as what else but a fishing guide.
Now that is living the good life.
Yes, it is. Well, that about does it for us. We will see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433.